I'm gonna be talking about some of the stuff I hate when it comes to being an artist. Before we get started, gotta read to the skies. And I can barely move my face. Like, I feel like I got taped. Like, my face is like taped. So when you give somebody your sketchbook, right? This is number one. When you give somebody your sketchbook and they're like, oh, wow, very nice. And they, you know, they're looking through the first few drawings and they're like, oh, wow, this one's very nice. This one's very nice. And then they just start flicking through. They're just like, bruh. And they just, oh yeah. Oh, this one's nice. Oh, wow. Like, some of these drawings I spent days on, like genuine days. I think I spent like maybe a few weeks on and off, of course, on this. You got Deadpool right here, Gambit, Blade, Elektra, and Wolverine. And you could just so effortlessly flick through it. It just blows my mind sometimes. Look, like drawings like these, they take days to color. Like, just look at it. Look at the, you know? They take days. And for people to just flick through it like it doesn't take days, it's disheartening sometimes. Another one is the, you drew this question? Yo, this one looks really good. You drew this? Mind you, it's like in the same style, same coloring type, the same like characters I would normally draw in the same sketchbook. Yo, this one looks really nice. You drew this? It's almost like the rest of the stuff is like no good. And they really think this, like you drew this? It's like, what do you mean by that, bro? Like, yeah, I drew it. I did draw it. Another one, it's like art block just in general. I might make a whole video just based on art block. But when you get art block, it's like when Spider-Man just lost his powers. Like when he fell and he lost his powers and he just couldn't do anything. You just get it so randomly too. You're drawing and you're like, oh yeah, I feel it. And then you just get this weird feeling in your drawing. I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's just a feeling you get. Maybe not a feeling so much as you just feel like you don't have it, and then you just start drawing. Drawing usually is very natural, for me at least. You just naturally get into the groove and you start drawing. It's like, yeah, I could just do this. But when you get art block, it's literally like a block, like a roadblock to the natural feeling. It almost feels like when someone tells you to manually start breathing. Well, you probably are doing it now, but it's like breathing is natural, right? So when you get art block, it's like you feel like nothing is natural. You gotta manually do everything now. And it's not even like just one thing causes art block. Art block could just be random. You could just be drawing something, you know, regular. You would draw it like anything else, and maybe something happens in your life, or maybe it doesn't, you know, and it could just randomly make you stop drawing and keep that natural flow down for months on end. It's happened to me for months on end. It doesn't happen as frequently, but it could stop you from drawing for months, and that's why it's such a dangerous thing whenever art block is in the back of your head, because you know it exists and you know it's like it can happen anytime. It's just like a matter of when is art block gonna kick in. This one just goes for most things in general now, but who made art supplies so expensive? Like, I get on Amazon and I'm like, dang, I need a new fine liner, man. These lines aren't hitting how they need to hit, man. I get on Amazon, dude, why are 3 pens like 30 bucks? Dude, I need new coloring markers. Why are coloring markers 200 bucks? Who made coloring markers 200 bucks? Who made colored pencils $600? It's like, why am I paying designer clothes prices for drawing supplies? Who did this? This one might be exclusive to people who post their art online, But it's like getting compared to another artist. I guess it depends on the artist, but really, generally, it's no good. It's no good. When maybe like there's a trend and they're like, yo, you did this trend really good, but you know who did it better? This guy. Bruh. Like, I didn't ask, bro. I just wanted to join the trend. I just wanted to get the art out there. You don't have to compare it. You could enjoy the art, or you could just scroll. I know I could always just ignore the comment, but it's better when it starts with you just, you know, ignoring it. You don't have to compare me. Most of the time, I don't even like getting compared to popular artists, you know, that are actually like amazing and art is their life. I don't even like getting compared to that. I just want to be my own thing. And I'm sure this applies to like a lot of artists, especially maybe like musicians. This guy getting compared to this guy. And it's like, nobody likes getting compared to. Well, I'm sure there are some people who like getting compared to, but you know what I mean. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This one always blows my mind. When somebody gives you advice you did not ask for on something that's irreversible, so they're like, dude, this is cool, but you know what you should have done? This thing that would take you basically remaking the whole drawing from scratch, from plan A, from the thumbnail sketch. You should have did that instead. That would have made it 10 times better. I mean, 100 times better. Your idea has to be really good for me to like what you're saying. If you have a really good idea, it's like, dang, you know, I really should have did that. But if you're coming and you're just like, you know, you should have been doing this pose instead. It would have, like, bro, just let me just like the drawing and comment and say something nice or scroll and just go about your day. Just go about your day. Erasing a million times because you can't get that one detail right, that will drive you actually insane. Like, maybe you're drawing a pose, the rest of the pose is sick. Right? But the perspective of the hand is like making it like you can't draw that back hand where it's like this. You could draw that front hand. You could get that pose down. It's like, ooh, like that's a really good drawing. But what's up with his hand, bro? Like, what's up with the proportions on that back hand, Brody? What's going on with that hand, Brody? You keep erasing, and it's like, that's how you easily go from just in the zone to completely scrapping a drawing. That's the worst feeling. That's one of the worst feelings. Another one, maybe this character has a specific facial expression that you have in your mind, but it's like, it's so hard to actually articulate it onto paper. So before you know it, he goes from like yelling to like doing like a neutral, toned down version just because, you know, you can't get that right. At the end of the day, it is a skill issue, yes, but it is still, that doesn't make it any less frustrating, okay? It doesn't. Last one I'll say, maybe you're like, you have a reference picture of a character, and it's like, dang, that reference picture is really good. Let me try to remix that in some way. And then you look at yours, and it's like, who is that? You know, like, that's not Jack Black. And then this is what the reference looks like. And dude, this is what you're drawing. Bruh. It's just so frustrating. Especially with, I've found that real people, I'd say people with like plain faces, no distinct features, no like big nose or like cartoony mustache. Those are the hardest people to draw. No distinct features. I feel like I would be hard to draw, but I don't want to, you know, that's kind of an insult. Steve Harvey, no diss to Steve Harvey, okay? But I feel like he would be easy to draw. You know, he's bald, he's got the mustache, he's got the lips, like it would be very recognizable. But somebody like Zendaya maybe would be very hard to draw because I don't feel like Zendaya has really that many standout features, you know? Who else can I think of? I feel like someone like LeBron is easier to draw than Steph because LeBron has like the beard, he has like the distinct facial features. Meanwhile, Steph, he doesn't have those distinct facial features where you could just be like, okay, I gotta knock this off the checklist and it'll pretty much look 50% like him. Like, you could draw LeBron's beard and get his face somewhat right, and it would look pretty much, you know, most people would get it. But if you drawing Steph Curry, you gotta get those details. You gotta get those details down for sure. There's no, that's a non-negotiable for Steph. Like, I don't know how many we're on right now, but I can't think of any more. But if you could think of any more, you know where to leave them. Leave them in the comments box below, the comments section. Just put them. If you could think of any more things that tick you off about being an artist, leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Much appreciated. If you liked it, leave a like. If you like me, leave a subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.